and this is why you never give up. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 successful musicians that lost their competition show.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at 10 now famous musicians who appeared on and lost a TV competition. It doesn't matter if they came second or 15th. As long as they lost, they will be included.
And leaving the competition is Fifth Harmony.
Number 10, Jackie Evancho. 10-year-old Jackie Evancho made quite the splash on America's Got Talent. Most of the attention began when she sang the aria O mio bambino caro in the quarterfinals. Her performance was lauded, but critics doubted its authenticity and began accusations of lip-syncing. To dispel the rumors, Jackie gave a brilliant impromptu performance on the next evening's live show. Despite the acclaim, Jackie lost the competition, controversially placing second to Michael Grimm. Following the loss, Jackie released her platinum-selling Christmas EP, Oh Holy Night, and became the youngest solo artist in history to go platinum. All of her subsequent studio albums have reached number 1 on the US classical chart. Number 9, Jennifer Hudson. Despite her loss, Jennifer Hudson is remembered as one of the greatest American Idol contestants of all time.
It's a heartache, it's a heartache.
Hindsight's 2020. Hudson struggled throughout the 3rd season and was twice put in the bottom 2 before placing a disappointing 7th. Luckily, fate came calling, and Hudson was cast as Effie White in the film adaptation of Dreamgirls.
I have no doubt that I could love you forever.
The role garnered her immense amounts of praise, and she won the SAG, BAFTA, Golden Globe, and Academy Award for her performance. She's also won 2 Grammys, Best R&B Album for her self-titled debut, and Best Musical Theater Album for her work in the Broadway revival of The Color Purple. So yeah, we think she's doing alright for herself. Number 8, Susan Boyle. A single performance can change someone's life forever.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
Susan Boyle rose to fame with her performance of I Dreamed a Dream on Britain's Got Talent, which quickly became a viral sensation on YouTube. But despite being the clear favorite to win, Boyle placed second behind the dance troupe Diversity. However, Susan quickly capitalized on her fame and released her debut album I Dreamed a Dream, which became the fastest-selling debut album in UK history. She's since sold over 19 million albums and has been nominated for 2 Grammys for Best Pop Vocal Album and Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album. A compilation album entitled 10 was released in May 2019. Number 7, Miranda Lambert. From 2003 to 2007, the USA Network aired a show called Nashville Star. It was basically American Idol, only exclusively for country music. 19-year-old Miranda Lambert appeared on the show's first season, placing 3rd behind artists John Arthur Martinez and Buddy Jewell. While Miranda didn't win, her performances garnered the attention of Sony executive Tracy Gershon, and she signed with Sony's Epic Records. Her debut album Kerosene was released on Epic Nashville, and was eventually certified platinum. It was but a taste of things to come, as her 5 subsequent solo albums have followed suit. And when you add in her work with Pistol Annies, you can see that Miranda Lambert is one of the hottest names in country music. Number 6, Alia. Alia is an indisputable R&B legend. Her 3 studio albums have all been certified double platinum, 5 of her singles have reached the Billboard Top 10, and her single Try Again became the first song in history to reach number 1 based entirely on radio airplay. Seriously, you couldn't go 5 seconds without hearing that tune, and it all began with Star Search. Star Search was a popular competition show that aired throughout the 80s and early 90s, and it generated a surprising number of popular musicians. Alia appeared on the show back in 1989 when she was just 10 years old, but lost to Katrina Abrams. However, she signed to Blackground Records a mere 2 years later, and the rest is history. Number 5. One Direction. Despite absolute dominance in the late 90s and early 2000s, boy bands really fell out of favor sometime around 2003, and few have attained worldwide success since. One Direction is one of those rare exceptions. It all started in 2010 when each individual member auditioned for the X Factor. Despite failing to progress, Simon Cowell and/or Nicole Scherzinger came up with the idea of putting them together to form a boy band, and One Direction was officially formed during boot camp. And while they quickly gained in popularity, especially with the female tween demographic, they placed third behind Rebecca Ferguson and Matt Cardle. Didn't stop them from selling 50 million albums, though. Number 4. Britney Spears. Britney Spears was destined to become a star. She began dance lessons at the age of 3, made her stage debut at 5, and in no time at all was winning local talent shows and state competitions. In 1992, when Britney was just 11 years old, she appeared on Star Search and made it to round 2 where she faced Marty Thomas.
Either Britney Spears, who receives 3 3/4 stars.
I was like, she did it again.
Or challenger Marty Thomas, who receives 4 stars.
Despite a strong performance, Britney was beaten by Marty and eliminated from the competition. 7 years later, she released the iconic Baby One More Time, which has since sold over 25 million copies. The album and accompanying single made Britney a bona fide sensation, and she became the best-selling female artist of the 2000s. Number 3. Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera is one of the most acclaimed artists of all time. Throughout her career, she's garnered 5 Grammy Awards, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, 9 top 10 singles, and placements on various greatest singers of all time lists. And on top of all that, she's sold over 75 million records, making her one of the most successful solo artists in history. Before Christina became one of the biggest names in music, she was eliminated in the semi-finals of Star Search. A few years later, she sent a cover of Whitney Houston's Run to You to Disney executives, who decided to give her Reflection from Mulan. We had no idea just how big she would become. Number 2. Justin Timberlake. It wasn't all women on Star Search. In fact, many notable male artists, including Usher and Justin Timberlake, had their start on the show as well. Justin was raised in a family of musicians, and his grandfather introduced him to country music. When he was 11, a cowboyified Justin appeared on Star Search and performed various country songs as Justin Randall. However, he lost to a girl named Anna Nardona, who swiftly escaped the limelight and was never heard from again. Meanwhile, Justin met bandmate JC Chazé and started a boy band overseen by manager Lou Pearlman. It was known as NSYNC. You may have heard of them. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
So cradle your head in your hands and breathe.
The winner of American Idol 2009 is Chris Allen.
Chris, you are going home tonight. The journey ends. America, you have spoken, and Chris is off the show tonight.
Number 1. Beyonce. If you need some motivation, then hear this. Even Beyonce freaking Knowles lost a music competition show. That's like hearing Shakespeare lost a poetry contest. Beyonce showed an interest in music at a very early age, winning school talent shows and enrolling at a music magnet school in Houston. When Beyonce was 8, she, Kelly Rowland, and Latavia Robertson were put into a girls group called Girls Time, and the group later competed on Star Search.
When no
However, they did not win, and Beyonce admitted that their performance was not acceptable. Sensing his daughter's potential, Matthew Knowles quit his job as a sales manager and began managing the group, eventually landing them at Columbia Records. Girls' Time became Destiny's Child, and Beyonce became a national treasure. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.